afternoon, everybody. How are we? We all well? We all swell? We all okay? How are you? How you feeling? I am not too shabby, actually. It's been a bit of a slower day today. I've basically been just working through a bunch of stuff today in Minecraft, trying to figure out how to make certain traps, how to do certain movements. Like, I think mostly just trying to learn the mechanics of Minecraft, quite honestly, because obviously tonight we are recording Last Life. And there are a ton of red names, and there's always the potential that I could be the boogeyman, and yeah, it's just going to be a bit bonkers, quite honestly. So should be interesting. Should be very, very interesting. What's in the box? Oh my god, yeah, the Fortnite box. Oh, I should probably tweet out saying about that. Hold on, should I do that? Where's my Twitter? Quote retweet. Gonna open this on stream right now. There we are. Yeah, I completely forgot about the Fortnite box, or the Fortnitemares box. All right, there we go. Yeah, we'll look at that in a second. Here we go. Did you check out B-Dubs' new red skin name on Name MC? It's funny. I haven't, and I don't want to look at it. I try and avoid as many spoilers as possible when it comes to Last Life and Third Life. Like, I like to be as much in the moment as I possibly can be. And what I'm really thankful for, actually, is that on my comment section, people don't really snitch anybody up in my comment section. I think my comments get it, you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of the people that watch me, even if they watch other people, but it seems to be specifically if they do watch me as one of many, they sort of get to not spoil things. And I think that's the best way for everyone. Like, I'll never understand why people snitch on other people in, you know, their enemies' sub-boxes, or not sub-boxes, in their comment section, because then the person that they first watched, that they clearly enjoy the most, won't succeed in what they're trying to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's a weird one. But I've got a few ideas. Because they want their favorite creator to win. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying, though, is like, often they'll come to my channel and say, oh, Tango's done this, you should really check out this and that and the other. And like, I can understand if they were baiting me to go and check something, that's different. But when they say like, oh, careful around your base, Tango put something there, it's like, oh, well, I'm more than likely, I'm going to be more on like high alert now, you know what I mean? Speaking of Last Life, I was wondering, is there a gentleman's rule to not give lives to red names, or are people just not willing to do it? I think we need to have a discussion about it. I think we are actually having a discussion before tonight's session. Because basically, a lot of people, obviously, this past week, with Grian dying from our group, Cleo dying from the Fairy Fort, and B-Dubs dying from Team Best, that's kind of the three major unions, isn't it, that have lost a person to red. And obviously, all of our comment sections got completely filled with, just give him a life, just give him a life, just give your red teammate a life. And I think I summarized it best on Twitter by quote retweeting somebody and saying, red teammate, that's not a thing. Like, it seems as though some of the audience can't comprehend that when somebody turns into a red name, they are fucking dead to you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not their friend. They could turn on you at any moment. Like, we really need to instill that it's supposed to be the red names versus the rest of the server. Last time around, we sort of, you know, bundled together with the reds. Like, you know, they would do the killing and we'd do the talking kind of thing. Like, you know, myself and Ren, Green and Scar, stuff like that. But we certainly are trying to step away from that in this new season. Like, it really should feel like almost like an infection mode, I guess, in like, you know, any other video game where the reds don't even necessarily have to work together. The reds can kill one another, but if they're smart, they could work together initially to get everybody else to red, and then it becomes a solo venture once again. So yeah. Red have no alliance, so I thought no trading with red name lives. So the one thing that people might have seen is in the hub of the world, by where the enchantment table should be, but never is. You saw there that Joel is actually working as a hitman. So you can go and, you know, hire Joel to kill somebody. And what would you trade a life for? Clearly, the only other thing you could trade for is a life. So I think that is one of the very few teeny tiny circumstances when you could probably give a red name a life. You know what I mean? It's very high risk for them. If they fail, they're out the series. But if they succeed, then they fulfill their contract, and they also come off of red. So it's high risk, but also high reward. And as far as I'm aware so far, that is the only thing that has happened in the series where somebody could potentially get a life when they're red. But I think we're probably going to have a call We're gonna sit on Discord for probably half an hour before tonight's session to say, like, look, obviously there's a lot of red names now. We've been getting a lot of questions in our comments. Let's have a discussion about what we deem is good, or, you know, what is viable and what's not. And something really important to point out as well is that we might not necessarily tell you guys what the hard rules are. Like, there are some rules, you know, same as last season, that never make it to public because we're all using our best intuition and making the best content that we can. We're making the most entertaining moments. We're not, you know, sometimes we bend the rules, or we, you know, if we feel as though, like, it makes for the better entertainment factor, then we factor that in. So yeah, so it's one of those things. So there is no cut and dry rule about giving red names lives. We are going to discuss it, and we might not necessarily tell you what we're going to do with that. Just the same rule that I always say to everybody is, if you see it in an episode, it's legit. That's it. If you see something in an episode and it's published and it's made it to air, then everybody involved with the series, and particularly in those engagements, was happy with the way it went. So, like, even if they pretend to be mad as part of the role play and stuff like that, and, you know, sort of doing Let's Players reaction type stuff, anything that makes it onto youtube.com, onto people's channels, has had the seal of approval from everybody involved. That's the best way to think about it. It'd be amazing if people didn't worry about the rules so much and just couldn't just enjoy, like, the alliances, the betrayals, the intrigue, the mystery, you know what I mean? Subscribers. And it's not even so much as saying, like, oh, well, just don't reply to those people that are asking those questions. It tends to be that they come in quite high volumes, like there's quite a lot of them. So yeah. Demon Slayer wise, I have watched the first 4 episodes, I want to say. I watched it for anime earlier this year, where I was trying to watch an anime every single day and write a short blog post review of it. And Demon Slayer was one of the ones I watched. Quite enjoyed it. Thought it was all right. But obviously I've not played the video game because I've not made my way through the we've not made our way through the stuff, you know what I mean? Like, when you punch each other, even when you're green, yeah, like, there's allowances like that. You can ward somebody off. Even if a red name comes up to you, you're allowed to fire a warning shot. It's part of the drama, isn't it? It's part of the stay back, I will hurt you, this, that, and the other. But you can't actively hunt down a red life if they haven't provoked you properly. Or you can't just go hunting reds, you know, out of nowhere. That's just not a thing. You know what I mean? Like, that would very much so be frowned upon by the player base. Let me grab this Fortnite package, by the way. There isn't very much in it. I will just point that out. So, obviously, this is to look like the golden cube that good old Kevin has become. And, well, I guess Kevin's the blue cube, isn't he? I guess the gold cube's got the gold cube queen inside of it, from what we can gather. But it's a big old box. It just has a load of Kevin runes all around it. I really hope someday that these actually mean something. You know, these symbols. It'd be so sick if they actually meant something, because it looks like a poneglyph from One Piece. But yeah, so basically inside of here, there isn't a crazy amount. One thing that is inside of here, which they always do, is they put in so much fucking confetti and, like, twiddly paper bits, and it just makes a mess of my setup every time that I open one. Look, you can already see it sort of, like, slipping out the sides. But if I put this on the floor, there we go. All right. So, inside of the box, there are basically some gigantic, what look to be tarot cards. So, that's the back of the card. It says, whoop, it says Fortnitemares on the back. It's very hard because of all the lights and stuff. And then on the front, you have got this long-armed, creepy-fingered thing. I don't even really know how you'd explain that. But it does very much look like a tarot card, doesn't it? I would say a playing card, but I feel like a playing card would be shorter. Tarot cards tend to be a bit longer in nature. So you got that one just there. There is this one, which has got Fish Sticks and Cuddle Team Leader. Actually, that angle's great. So you got Fish Sticks and Cuddle Team Leader. And then a mask in the middle, which I guess is like Ace, isn't it? From back in the heist season, or the heist minigame. Then there is this one, which is just like a large scythe. So there you go. Is that supposed to be upside down? Oh no, that's the right way up, yeah. So you got this one, which is the large scythe, which is interesting. How heavy are the cards? Not very. It's just like, it's that wibbly wobbly type of card, you know what I mean? You know, the one that you can do like, you can make like a little song out of. Oh. And then the final one is this card right here, which has got a lot of gold hollow on it. And this is obviously for the golden cube, which is interesting. So there you go. So there's that. And then there is also a smaller card that comes with it. So it literally just has the header, Fortnightmares, and then it has a subtitle which says, what do the cards foretell? So yeah, they are like tarot cards. The first one, which is the hand that you saw, the creepy hand, it says, watch out for the tall one, lest he pull you to the dark land with he himself to overcome. So I think that might be the weird sort of War of the Worlds gigantic robot thing that we've seen in some of the data miners that they've been leaking. So that could be related to that. Then the next one, which is the scythe, like the mining tool, it says swing away, not with your pickaxe, but the sideways way. So whatever that means. The next one is the golden cube. This one says the cubes are coming home, their new home where they'll rule from the center. It's their majesty they treasure. So obviously that's going to be the queen making her way in. And then the final one is the triple face one, and it just says dress as creatures you know well, not from your imagination, but from Fortnightmares past and tales of terror. So there you go. If anybody knows what that means, if anybody wants to suss it out, feel free. Let me know what you come up with. I think one other content creator that I've seen has received one of these. I might only be one of 2 people, but I'm not sure I'm that special. Let me have a look. Fortnightmares package. Let's see if anybody else has received one of these. Yeah, to be fair, literally only one other guy comes up on YouTube who's got one of these packages. And it actually seems as though he might have different... Does he have different cards to me? No, he's got the exact same cards as me. There's a guy called Aussie Antics. But yeah, he's the only other person that I've seen with one so far. The one with the 3 characters is the skin for the item shop today. Is it? Interesting. So there you go. That's what's inside of it. So anybody that's super invested in that, feel free to dissect, figure it out, rock and roll. And yeah, sort of go from there, I guess. Lovely. Right, before we get started today, should we have a little brainstorm about any more traps we could possibly make inside of Minecraft? Just before we hop into some like coding or something. Haven't seen you in years. You look good, mate. Thank you very much, Finite. How you been, bud? What you been up to? What you been filling the last few years with? Have you seen the new Fortnite Batman comic cover? I haven't. Fortnite Batman comic cover. It must have been tweeted out by like Hypex or someone, right? Where are we looking? No, is it not? Was this released a couple of days ago, this comic cover, or no? Not seeing it on Hypex's feed. How the heck did you make a fart sound foreboding? Just doing our thing, dude. Just doing our thing. Is it maybe... No, that's from March, that article. Maybe if I go to news. Foundation Comic Tees crossover link. Oh, is it that one? That's new, isn't it? I don't think I've seen that cover before. Yeah, Batman Foundation. Fortnite Foundation release date. October 26th. Not this one. Want me to tweet it to you? Yeah, please do. Please do. Ping it over to me. We'll have a quick look. Yeah, so I was basically just in the nether, just like dossing about, doing some stuff. I'll make a portal real quick. Unless I can figure out where my portal was previously. No. Alright, cool. I'll just... In fact, let me do a slash kill. That'd be the easy way to do it. There we go. Lovely. So yeah, so one of the things that I was playing with, chat, was I was doing... I was practicing this. So doing the whole thing where I, you know, pop that there, go down by 2 and bam, to blow people up. That's one strat that I've got. I was also... So somebody mentioned to me about trap chests. So if I go here real quick, redstone, and then we want rail. So yeah, one of the things that somebody mentioned to me that could be quite good, because it's fairly subtle, is basically having, it's basically doing this. So you really don't need very much space at all to do this. You literally just need the block there, you there, bam bam. And then, yeah, literally just that and that. And then just doing that. A little bit of this. There you go. And then cover that over. There you go. And then all you do... Did I put the redstone there? I did, yeah. Yeah, so literally just doing that and then just having literally a trap chest here. Bugger off, mate. Doing that. Popping a sign over it to say, like, sorry for that. Something like that. And then you basically put the... You basically just go for it. And when they open the chest, it's boom. Big explosion. Which is really simple to implement. And I could just leave a bunch of those dotted around the server. It could just be like, you know... The best opportunity for me to strike would be when somebody dies and to run over and like put a chest there where they roughly where they died and then basically put their stuff inside of it. You know what I mean? Like, so to basically make a chest or hold a trap chest with me, should I say? And then when somebody dies, pretend to like put the stuff back in a chest and then go for it. And I just kind of thought of that. I thought that could be quite subtle. Because I don't know whether people would have their guard up for a trap chest. Because the only thing that gives the trap chest away is the red bit on it. So yeah. But obviously it's trying to do all the other positioning of it very quickly. There is the age-old one as well of doing the where is it? So if you do like do this and then you do, which one was it? Was it this before? There was something, there was the old one from the last season where you have like pressure plate. And then you have like a door. You have a door and then they walk in. Where is it? Where was it? Was it like that? And then you have a pressure plate there. And then you go like that. And then when they stand on that, it like lights that up and then you put basically like 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you just kind of go like this. You go like that, don't you? And then you basically just stand on the door and bada bing, bada boom. Oh. Do they need to be in a certain position for that to work? Have you placed all tripwires by chance? I haven't, only because tripwires, as much as the string is fairly subtle, you often need a really like glaring hole there. You know what I mean? You often need like quite an obvious hole for it to work, which is really annoying. Solid block next to the car. Oh, right. Okay. So what? And then you go like that. 1, 2. And then you go 1, 2. And then you stand on the door. Yeah. Okay, cool. So there's also that one as well. So there's the classic. Because obviously some people like to go for the one where you put it on top of the door. But I think people get quite wary of that. Whereas just having a regular old pressure plate there would be good. I do have one that I was considering for like the for the southern lands as well, if that ever was something that I wanted to booby trap. Where basically, oh my god, speaking of the southern lands, chat, I've got a TikTok I want to show you real quick. Let me show you this real quick. So Nettie showed me this TikTok last night and it really cracked me up. So I was like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do with that with the audio. So check this out. So this is the original.
Hey man, you wanna fucking stop?
So that's the original, and then my version.
Hey man, you wanna fucking stop?
I thought it was really good. I thought it sat really, really well. I thought it was perfect. I obviously had to pause and like press play again on the visuals for that. But I just thought it fit really, really well. I thought it was really good. Obviously, like, you know, Last Life is like a, you know, PG SMP or whatever. But I think outside media, it's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. Also, people know that on my TikTok, you will get the odd swears. So yeah, so basically the other thing then was, basically, long story short, what I want to do potentially at the Southern Lands is, you know, the gate that we jump through. Basically, whenever you jump through it, it's always a bit of a scramble when you come out the other side. So I was thinking of just doing, just thinking of doing the classic, just fucking putting down some TNT, sand on top of it, and a pressure plate. So as soon as you step on anything as you come through that gate, because that gate can be a bit of a faff, then you fall through, explode, and die. Like, that's another one that's on my like mental to-do list. But I was trying to think if there were any more. I think a lot of the undetectable ones are a little bit tricky to really pull off properly, you know what I mean? If you've got any other trap suggestions, then let me know. Also, let's have a look at this cover. HD image. Oh, it was Fire Monkey that tweeted it out. Nice. Foundation Fortnite. Jesus. Oh, wait, Batman and the Foundation fight one another. Interesting. I wonder if the Foundation loses his memories and then Batman's trying to help him get them back. It'll be interesting to know. Also, does he have a hand coming out his arse? He's just got a third fist just coming out his rear end. I get it's probably supposed to be the shadow of that, but even...
The stream could always use more subscribers.
Even the lineup doesn't work there. I feel like the shadowing's probably a bit wrong on that. He just looks like he's got a tail. That's funny. Oh, man. So that was that. The other thing I was going to do as well was, so, you know, with that trap chest one, I was wondering whether we go for just the subtlety of a single chest, or do we try and make it look a bit more intensive, and do we try and make a, do I try and make it look like, I don't know, some kind of, like, machine? Like, do I make it look like a gacha machine, where it, like, rolls randomly, and depending on what you get, depends on, like, what the outcome is. Also, I learned today, that when you've got, I never knew this, genuinely hand on heart, never knew this. So when you've got a flint and steel in there, and you have a TNT next to it, activating the dispenser will just literally do that. How nuts is that? Like, it's not instant explosion, obviously, but I was incredibly surprised by that. Like, really, really surprised. So that was quite impressive as well. By the way, Tankmat, thank you very much for the resub, dude. Welcome back, 10 months. Also, Zulu West with the 22 months. Welcome back, dudes. You can just dispense the TNT. Does that also work? I was going to say, like, I need to learn these things, chat. I really don't know Minecraft mechanics well enough. Considering I played it for years, I played so much modded stuff, or I keep it relatively simple, that I just don't really know. Oh, you can also do that. Interesting. There was one that I saw, actually, which I thought was interesting. So it was, let me try it here, actually. So if I do it here, so button, this one I think I saw on TikTok randomly.
The stream could always use more subscribers.
Was it normal rail and powered rail, or the other way around? I guess I'll figure it out. I think it was powered then normal. And then you go like this, you put like a couple of these on, and you press this button. Oh wait, maybe it's powered then regular. Oh, wait, what was it? Was it that, then that, maybe? Does that turn that on? It does, right, okay, yeah. So there's one that I saw where it was kind of like this. So you go like that, and then it just sends it, and it will just continue going. Look at that! How fucking nuts is that? It just goes and goes and goes until it eventually explodes. So you wouldn't even have to set the trap, like at the spot. As long as you can send the redstone signal, like, you're good, I think. Like, I wonder if I do it same again. If I go like this. I don't know if it's just literally a case of the, like, if I go like this, does it do the same thing? Yeah, it does. Holy shit. How far does it go, if you do it on a tower? Oh, what do you mean for it to, like, fall off the top of the tower? I don't actually know. Let's give it a try. If I just create a large platform. Is that what you mean? Like, if I do a tower like this, yeah? It did say something about making sure that there's not a 2-block drop, so I wonder if that's what causes it. So say, for example, I was to do it here. Let me just test the science on this. So, bam and bam. I wonder if, like, the 2-block drop makes it auto-detonate. Oh, interesting. Does it just not do it if there's... Oh, I don't think that's quite set up right, is it? Try again. Try again. Maybe there's a wall behind it. There we go.
The stream could always use more subscribers.
That felt like it lasted for a lifetime. What's that about? Is it until it bumps into something? I wonder.
The stream could always use more subscribers.
I wonder if it's not until something bumps into it. Like, say for example, I pop that there. Let me recreate it.
The stream could always use more subscribers.
fuck off. It does it until it bumps into something. How far does that go, though?
The stream could always use more subscribers.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
The stream could always use more subscribers.
Right, I'm going to pop that there. I want to see if this will just keep on going and going and going. Because you could just send them off through the server until they bop into someone. I can even clear like a straight line to people's bases. Oh, fuck. Shit. I forgot it was turned. I forgot it was enabled. I'd say turned on. It's not quite right, is it? There you go. Regular. There we go. It will just keep chugging along. What an absolute warrior. Look at it go, dude. Oh, I'm going to have fun with this. But if it's not loaded, it will stop. I think I can follow it. Don't get me wrong. I can follow it. Bloody hell, Harry. Christ on a bike. So that's really interesting information. Genuinely, that is super interesting to me. The fact that you can just send that going forever and ever and ever and ever. Jeez, dude. Man, oh man, oh man. Can you set traps if you're not red or boogie? Don't know. I guess you could. I guess you can have preventative traps, just not offensive traps. So you could like, I guess you could trap like the entrance to your base to stop anybody coming in and trying to nick your stuff. And if someone dies, then that's on them. They shouldn't have been there. But I can't go and like rig something up at somebody else's house. No, that's not. Fortunately, that's not a thing we can do. And that's my thing now, though, is like trying to figure out what to really do for the next few weeks until I inevitably get turned into a red life. Like, trying to think how to do it. Like, part of me feels like this week would be perfect for me to be the boogeyman. I've not really had much action, really, this season. I've just sort of been going around, sort of like messing with people. You know what I mean? So 4 reds and 1 or 2 boogies would be scary. Exactly. I mean, that, to be honest, that's probably why I might try and set up some trap stuff today. Just purely for the warning of that. I just still can't believe that will just go on and on and on and on and on. That is just nuts to me. Off you go, sweet prince. Oh. What stopped you there? Do you need a certain weight to survive a drop or what? Oh, you've stopped all of a sudden. Does it need a certain weight? 1, 2, 3. Try 3. Oh, maybe it has a minimum count of 3 then. That's really good for me to know. So yeah, it probably just needs a minimum count of 3 in order to have enough weight, I guess, for it to constantly be like messing with itself. Oh god, will it blow that creeper up on contact? Nope, because the creeper moved. Spider wanted to give it a good go though. That's crazy. That's one of those ones where you could really play the long game with that, right? Like you could set this in motion, just have a really long distance of like repeaters and stuff like that. I could even like leave and then it just like happens later on. It's the fact it kind of like torpedoes forwards as well. It's so sick. It's really, really cool. Oh, look at poor yellow snow. Yellow snow, my dude. Yellow snow. So yeah, so that's good. In fact, I'm going to write that one down. Where is it? Infinite TNT cart travel. Needs 3 though. Brackets. Nice. Oh wait, hold on. Ah, Amelia was saying apple. That's cute. Bless her. All right. Yeah. Any other traps you reckon that might work well? It was nice of Joel to gift you some. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it really, really is. Oh, that was another one, chat. So on the topic of Joel, I was wondering whether this would be viable. I think I built it over here. I was basically thinking, like, obviously the usual thing is you would have, say, a the way people would try and trap this, right, was they would do a what's it called? It's not detector, is it? What's it called? Inspector? No. Observer? Observer, there you go. Observer. So people would have an observer, say, underneath, like this. Oh, wait, hold on. So basically having the observer like that, and having it be like that. So basically doing the tree prank, but then when people come over and they break the block thinking like, oh yeah, we're going to deactivate the trap or whatever, instead... Like, it doesn't matter about the direction, chat. Like, the direction's kind of irrelevant. I don't know why I was trying to get it right. But basically, the idea is that instead what you do is you actually trap it to go further out. So, I don't know how this would work. I guess you would, like... You know what I mean? Like, basically, the idea is that this would fall onto the pressure plate, is basically what I'm thinking. I don't know if... Do pressure plates carry outward? So, say, for example, I was to do... I was to throw... Oh, the spiders. Literally couldn't be more in the way. Will you bugger off, buddy? Why did you have the pressure plate, though? Because they would break the observer thinking that they're deactivating the trap. But actually, as soon as the observer falls down and lands on... the pressure plates, then that would actually activate the trap. And then what you do is you'd account for the distance that they would stand away. So they would stand as far back as possible to mine the block. But you have it so the TNT blows up down there. You know what I mean? So that was another thing I was thinking is doing a trap that's not a trap, but actually it's a trap. You know what I mean? But I don't know how pressure plates behave. So if you throw something into the middle, yeah. See, that doesn't carry a pulse outwards, which is the issue. I guess maybe what you could do is you could probably put a hopper there, maybe. If you were to put a hopper there, could you then put a... not an observer, a comparator? Because a comparator is something I only learned about 3 days ago, not even. So when you drop something in there, you get one pulse that goes out, and then that causes the rest of it to happen. I feel like that might be the better shout, to be honest. Because in that way, when they break the block, it falls into there. So, yeah. I mean, how do you make the comparator? I guess that's the thing. I need to think about these traps and then also think about how viable they are in terms of materials. I'm guessing this might need quartz. I'm not sure. But then you would literally just have it be like this. So you'd take the item out of there. You'd pop... I'd probably go back like a block or two. So I'd have rail, powered rail, and then you have a wall. Oh, Kitty, you're about to get absolutely nuked, dude. So that would work. That would also be quite good. I like the idea of a trap that isn't a trap, but is actually the trigger for another trap. You know what I mean? So the only reason that I know how comparators work now, or at least one use of them, is because I went and had a quick look because I was just genuinely intrigued how Mumbo was getting the I was genuinely intrigued as to how Mumbo was getting that door to work. Because wasn't it like used to go like this or something? Wasn't it? Oh, I can't remember how it was. Was it? What was it? The way that you used to get redstone to like keep pulsing again and again. But the way that Mumbo actually did it with the door at the front of the base was he's got a bunch of these which kind of go like this. And what it's doing is it's constantly passing an item around. Yeah, it's basically a comparator going like that. And then every time it passes the item around, it then changes up. Where is it? That was it. I can't remember exactly how you get it to work properly. I can't remember what you have to link to what. I think it was basically about having a circuit, I'm pretty sure. so sure it was something like this. Is that how you do it? I feel as though they're not making a full circuit. That's the problem. I don't know how you make a full circuit. Just make a... Oh, there you go. That's working now. And then basically the way that he's got the things working at the moment is it's just like this. And then you have the pistons. Oh, come on. Oh, I know you need repeaters as well. Oh, wrong way. Knock her off. Why does every NPC in this game want to get in my fucking way? Like, honestly. Jesus. Oh, no, you need a block there as well, sorry. That goes to there, then you go out the other end of it. Although the power's not very strong on it. Is it that you then put a repeater there? Yeah, there you go. So that's how Mumbo's door is working at the minute. So that's basically how I learned what this does, basically. So yeah. So yeah, so we got a couple of options. We've got the campfire story. We've got the trap that's not a trap, which will be tricky to pull off, but be interesting. We've got the trap chest, which would also be good. And then what was the other one? Oh, and then just the classic, you know, like sand and stuff. I mean, for this one, I'd have to rework it slightly. So underneath the ground, I would have to rework it so this would go like this instead. So I'd basically move this part all over here. And then the idea from there is that this would be the wall that you are trying to crest over. Yeah, so that's the wall you're trying to get over. And then you've got the ground like this. And then I would then do thingy over the rest of it. So imagine this is the front doors to our base at the moment. So you've got to hop over that. And then basically TNT. You want some string to stop the lava sounds. Then you want lava. Maybe like sand or something, I don't know. Just anything really. So yeah, so basically that would be the floor that you'd stand on. So I need the TNT to be on a layer beneath that. So it'd be like that basically. So you go like that, and then you go bam, 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 bam. And then beneath that, if I can get actually beneath it, where is it? Yeah, and then beneath that, you just then have some lava. Guess underneath that bit as well. Oh, shit. No, no, no. Oh, it's happened too soon. I meant to put the string over the top of it. Never mind. Oh, it absorbed the blow. Sick. There you go. And then you basically have that. Basically. So basically, it would be exactly the same as it's ever as it's ever been at the front of the base. We just slightly rework it. You know what I mean? So I'd have to bring it out a bit more on the outside. But yeah, I guess it would have to step down, right? Because if they, because in this server we walk up to those, don't we? So I guess maybe it'd have to be like. I guess it'd have to step down by one, maybe. Also, this spontaneous TNT-age. Don't know why that's happening all of a sudden. That wasn't happening before. I mean, realistically, I don't need the lava. The lava is just like an extra backup. But then, having said that, the TNT... Oh, no, yeah, I guess that'd be fine. Oh, by the way, you can see through the path blocks. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I mean, again, this isn't me using the exact blocks I'll use. This is literally just me, this is me just, you know, doing stuff. Let's do this for now, just as like a quick tester, so, I mean, this should work just fine, because it's the most simple of simple traps, isn't it? It's, so literally like that, then you have, tall up to there, tall up to there, tall up to there, tall up to there. And then you have bam, 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 bam. Then just some sand. Like, I'd basically just be taking the old sand approach. I'd relay the whole path as well, leading into the base with sand, just to, like, lower guards. And then you just have, what, pressure plate. Have, like, a birch one. Like, somebody might dodge that if they... But I feel as though the effort to try and get up here is so annoying that once you get it, you usually just run straight through. So then you'd be like this, and you go, oh, okay, cool, I'm through. Oh, no! And then you fall. And you're basically stuck in quite a deep hole with the TNT following you. It would cause a lot of devastation, because it would have to be at least, I would say, 2x4, maybe even 3x4, in order to catch, like, how much they might be able to sprint forwards and stuff like that. True, but one of Joel's traps at your base failed because of that. Did it? What was the trap that Joel tried to do at our base? Did he try to do one aside from the tree? Like, that trap would be more of a preventative trap. That would be a trap to stop people coming into the base, you know what I mean? So that wouldn't necessarily be against other... like, I wouldn't have to try and hide making that. I'd just have to hide it from other people, you know what I mean? Use pufferfish for traps. It's too much effort. Honestly, genuinely, you've got to be able to place these traps so quickly that the pufferfish is a real nuisance to work with, I'll be honest. He put dirt before the entrance and armed it. Interesting. Thinking back to green sand trap last season, I don't think that'll be enough to kill someone with enchanted diamond armor. No, because last season we had, like, enchanted 5, power, protection 5, and people had, like, blast protection 4 and stuff like that. Whereas this time around, we've all only got level 1 maximum, basically. I think there's the odd piece of, like, protection 2 going around. Because if some people have got villagers and stuff. My hope for this session is that all the villagers are going to get killed, like... Because last season, it just became loads of village trading halls, and it just... Well, it's not fun. Quite simply put, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not interesting. It doesn't make it into anybody's video as trading infinitely to, like, get stuff out of them. I just didn't think anybody would find villagers, honestly. Because we had a discussion about it, and I was like, oh, well, you know... Like, you know... we're obviously limited enchantments this time around, so everyone's on level 1. You know, we said, oh, well, what about if you have a villager and you trade with them? And we sort of said, like, well, we can maybe allow 1 level above that. But then, in practice, because I genuinely, hand on heart, because I don't really know Minecraft's mechanics properly, I thought there might be, like, 2 zombie villagers the whole time we play the series. Turns out everyone's got, like, enough to start breeding and all sorts, and it's like, no. Like, that's what I want to try and get away from. It's not hard to get, it's not that hard to get new villagers once they're killed. Yeah. Mumbo has a baby villager, yeah. But I mean, that's a zombie baby, right? They don't grow up, do they? They're baby zombies. But yeah, we were trying to avoid the whole bloody villager trade hall stuff this season. And it feels as though we're stepping towards that. And I've raised the point. I've sort of said to the group, like, let's please not go down that route. But we don't know where that's going to end up. It is what it is. I mean, at the very least, they'll only be able to go to protection 2. Like, they can only go up 1 level in enchantments. I don't even know what the difference is between protection 2 and protection 1. And I guess where we can't wear a full set because we're not allowed to wear helmets, maybe it's not so bad. But yeah. Villager murderer Martyn. Nah, that won't be me. I remember one thing that's really strong is a firework with max gunpowder. Ooh. That's a good point, actually. So if you... Can you shoot fireworks out of dispensers? Firework. God, I can't remember how you make a firework. Let me look at the crafting recipe. Firework. Firework Minecraft. Oh, so is the maximum gunpowder 3 then? Gunpowder. There we go. Crafting table. What else do I need? Paper. So those are all... Oh, wait, is that power 3 or... But if you want an explosion, you need fireworks stars. Okay. Fireworks stars. I think you do want an explosion, right? Because that would be what would deal damage to other players. Oh, I see. So it's a fireworks star mixed with paper and then up to 3 gunpowder by the looks of it. So fireworks star, paper, and then gunpowder. I mean, we have gunpowder aplenty now because of Mumbo's thingamabob. Is that right, or did I do that wrong? Or do I actually have to turn this star into something, or would it just work as is? You need to craft the fireworks star, okay. Star. What's the fireworks star recipe again? Is gunpowder and a dye, by the looks of it. Dye. Oh. Star. Wait, where's just the list of the recipes? Oh, does a fire charge do it as well? Hold on. What do you make a fire charge with again? Oh, it's with coal, blaze powder, and all sorts. Fucking hell. Okay. Maybe we avoid that. Gunpowder, dye, and any extra ingredients are optional. So it just says gunpowder and dye. Oh. Am I in creative mode? I am dye. So gunpowder and dye. Right, okay. So it says small ball. So how do you then make it more? Is it then putting gunpowder with it? Small ball green. How do you make it? I'm not understanding how you make a stronger one. Or is it you just make it like that? So you just make the star and then you put gunpowder on the thing afterwards? So is it then you put that in there and then you add your gunpowder to make it stronger? Oh, I guess paper as well. It still says small ball, though. 8 dyes and 1 gunpowder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, is it? Wait, do you need different dyes? Oh, dyes on different slots. It still says small ball. Let me just try that. Yeah, so the blast radius on that is tiny. You need a fire charge for the large ones. Oh, man. Fire charges are so expensive, though. So what do you do with the fire charge, then? So it's gunpowder and fire charge? No, wait. The fire charge itself is blaze powder, coal, and gunpowder. Yeah. And then do you combine that with a dye? And gunpowder, maybe. Ah, there you go. Large ball. Okay. Then you do this and gunpowder. And then where's paper? Got so much crap in my inventory, dude. Jesus Christ. Figuring out traps isn't easy. So wait, so large doesn't increase the strength, you just have to put in multiple stars. Okay, wait. Oh, no, wrong one. Oh, my God. So what do you mean by putting in numerous stars? Like that. This might all be a bit too much of a faff for me, to be honest. It doesn't feel instantaneous enough, you know what I mean? Feels a bit weird. Use it on a crossbow. Yeah, I think that would be a late game PvP thing. I think that would be like when, like, you know, I'm on yellow life, I would resort to that. Like this is more, I'm thinking about utility for traps and for, like, you know what I mean, like for barricades and stuff. I'm thinking less about combat right now and more about, you know, defending myself and also trapping others. And off it goes, my dude. I'm kind of sad Brian is a red life. Me too, dude. Brian was my favorite person in the Southernlands. Good old Brian, chat, am I right? Good old Brian. F for Brian, dude. F for Brian. Right, any more trap ideas, chat? I think we've got like 4 or 5 decent ones. Some of them are like defensive, some of them are offensive, some of them are kind of a mixture of both. I thought his name was Grain. No. Oh, there it is. Oh, I love the little bunny hop it does afterwards. It's so sick. I think that's my favorite one by far. The infinite traveling minecart. Like, that's just ridiculous. Oh, God. Grian and Joel are both logged into the Discord, just chatting away early. It's terrifying. Jesus. There we go. Sorry, chat. I was just having to sort something out. Yeah, that's scary. Seeing Green and Joel both logged into the Discord. I wonder if they're discussing their plans for tonight. Christ on a bike. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Try a spleef mixed with TNT minecart. A spleef mixed with a TNT minecart? What do you mean? Make a lectern and fill it up with glowstone and it goes boom boom. I don't think... For some reason, I don't think we can make lecterns in this series. I think. Because doesn't a lectern require a bookcase? And I'm pretty sure that we have the recipe for bookcases disabled because obviously we were trying to get away from enchantments and stuff getting too powerful this season. So I'm pretty sure I feel like I remember that being a thing that was said. So I can't do anything with a lectern. Has he tried adding glowstone dust to the fireworks? I'm giving up on the fireworks. The fireworks just seem like too much hassle. It requires too many, like, teeny tiny parts. What's the mic arm you're using? This is called a yellow tech. Literally YELLOWTEC. They are a little bit more expensive, but the really cool thing about them is the wire goes all the way through the arm itself. So literally it's going through the inside of here. And it's not until you get to this endpoint here where it then emerges again. And then it has like this, this extra, so this bit of cable here. So it basically goes through the mic arm and then comes out here to this part. And then I've just wrapped it around once or twice because I don't need all the length. And then it has this part here. And then your microphone just comes as is, and you can plug that part into there. And then out the other end of the mic arm, so at the base of it where you screw it onto the table, there's another cable that comes out the other end of that. Yeah, and then basically that end the cable comes out, which you can then plug your microphone into. Oh, sorry, not your microphone. You can then run your XLR cable between the arm and your mixer, basically. But it's a good bit of kit. I've literally used this one mic arm for, I want to say, almost 10 years. I got this mic arm when I lived back at my dad's place. Yes, I've had it about 10 years, and it's not even anywhere close to falling apart. Like, the build quality of it is insane. Like, it's so sturdy. Like, it's never lost grip over time or anything like that. It's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, nice. Cool. Right, real quick, chat. Anything else? Any other traps? Just try glowstone, Martin. You're in a creative anyways. Yeah, there's no point in me trying something that I can't apply to the game anyway, right? Fortnite have just shown off the new Batman comic and the Who Laughs skin. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. The render looks really nice as well of Who Laughs. Tree ant trap. Well, I'll tell you what, that tree one I do want to try just one more time, actually. So let me give this a go real quick. So this is a trap that would be good if it really dupes people. I've got to be careful about how it's done. So like that. And then it was the hopper, wasn't it? It was the hopper there. The issue is, though, is that sometimes... oh, no, I guess that's fine, isn't it? Then it'd be observer. Or whatever, that way. Well, whichever way it is, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that'd be fine. Just whichever way around it's supposed to go. And then, yeah, then you have the comparator. I need to look at the crafting recipe for the comparator so I know it off by heart, so I can make this actually work. And then I would have probably like a smidge of redstone as well to get some more distance. Because remember, these people are going to be stood really far away. So that's the thing you have to account for, is that they're gonna stand more like kind of like here, I reckon. If they're breaking a block at the bottom of the tree, they're going to stand right the way back. Maybe even one more. So you can maybe go like what's it? Observer, hopper, that, and then the rest of it. This one is very unlikely to work because I think where Joel's tried it once, or a version of this once, I think people will be more on edge about stuff like that. But
Stream could always use more subscribers.
There's no reason that I couldn't just go around doing it to a bunch of trees. Do it by trees that are like close to people's bases, and just hope that one of them eventually pops off at a later point in the season. You know what I mean? I'd only put like 2 on each, I reckon, for this. But a simple dirt block worked like earlier on. Oh, did it? Oh, wait. Do you mean like that then? Oh, yeah. Let me check. Hold on. Chest trap. I've already been working on a chest trap, so don't worry about that. Oh, let's see. Yeah, no, it definitely needs to be a comparator there. Oh, unless what you're saying is you do... I get what you're saying. You mean doing... you mean basically doing that? I mean, to be fair, I'll be hollowing out the space anyway, so a bit of extra redstone's not too much of a worry. It's not as though I'm strapped for redstone, you know what I mean? Just take out the item from there. Hold on. Boom. There we go. There we go. 1, 2. Just one block won't give enough signal to reach that rail. Yeah, no, yeah. So then the idea with this one then, chat, would be that you would have the observer underneath there. They would go, haha, you didn't get me. Then when they break the observer, actually what's happening is the observer is dropping into a hopper, and then the hopper then activates the comparators, which in turn activates the redstone, which in turn activates the rail, and everything's good. So if I just get like a pickaxe. So even if someone was stood at like maximum distance away, even if they were like back here sort of thing, where is it? Game mode, survival. So even if they were back here and they were like, haha, you're not going to get me, break that. Look, we're all good. Or we're not. Why is that? Oh, did that not work then? Oh, it doesn't even make enough signals to go that far. So would it have to be that, then that? Let's try that. Also, that needs a wall. That needs a wall. That needs a wall. Hopefully that pulse would be strong enough. Let's try again. So, go like that. Game mode survival. Dim light lol. That'll be the observer broken. Fuck me. That is just... that is menacing. That is menacing, my dude. Jeez. That's how Joel should have done it. That's absolutely how Joel should have done it. Because then it's not dependent on the observer. They'll break the observer thinking that they've outsmarted the trapper. And then the whole thing just goes kablammy. Damn, dude. I'm excited to try these. I'm sure they'll fail, but even if they do, it's the excitement and the tension of setting them up, isn't it? And then the hilarity when it fails. Like, I'm not bothered about my reputation of, like, I don't need to be a good trapper or need to be a whiz with redstone, but at least I've got that figured out. So I'll jot that down, actually. So it needs to be, where is it? So then it would be fake observer drops in hopper. Fake observer drops in hopper. Comparators. Block. Redstone. Rail. Minecart TNT. I'm just going to write down the order of which I place everything down for that bad boy. That sounds good to me, dude. Sounds very good to me. I'm convinced that green has a secret part to the mods that makes traps fail somehow. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I just still can't understand Joel's tree in the middle of a base thing. Maybe he was just doing it for the meme. Like, maybe he wants to, you know, almost like play a bit of a character. But then with the way that he screamed last week when his trap on Cleo worked, I don't know. When you make fake traps, you should also have somewhere it's an actual trap mixed in. Yeah, oh yeah, no, but that's the point of that one just there. So the point of this trap that I just detonated a moment ago is the fact that it's a fake. Is that like the top bar is a dud, which makes it a real trap. But I get what you're saying about maybe putting observers around in other spots. Joel genuinely thought the tree would work. If he'd have just literally done it with like a tree on the outskirts of the base, I think that's honestly the best way to get someone. Is to literally set it up outside their base, a random tree, because eventually they're going to run out of wood and they're going to need some, and everyone will just leave their base, they'll chop down the closest tree to their base, and then away they go. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that some people have been burning the trees to, like, thin the tree line, but they will eventually need to go for it. I want to see how quickly I could set this up. So what do I need? I needed, like, 4 powered rails. I need the mine carts as well. I need observer, hopper, comparator, and I'm pretty sure that's it. So say I was to go to this tree here, and I was to put the, put that however it's meant to be, and then I would put hopper there, and then it would just be floors here, right? Wouldn't it? Oh yeah, no, because that would be more like, yeah, I'd have to choose the right tree, but yeah, that's how that would be. Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. So it'd be hopper, hopper comparator, and then block, redstone. Just sort of getting the layout down in my head. Then 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, man. Sweet. I mean, even that alone would work quite well. I mean, if I was to break that here, actually, so if I was to go like that, and then it would drop the item in. To be fair, even that's a pretty decent explosion for an immediate launch. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it could always put the observer in the wrong direction to scare people. Because then they'd really think that, like, the person had goofed. Because let me look at the observer. So if I was trapping something above, is that the way you do it? So you do it with the observer's face up. Whereas if they saw it with the face down, they'd be like, what an idiot. Or is that the right way up? I'm not sure. So if I wanted to trap this dirt block, which way is correct? Just so I know for context. Is it you do that because you're pointing up to what you're watching? Or is it the arrow looks at what you're pointing towards? I'm pretty sure it's the face goes up, doesn't it? So I'm pretty sure you have to press on the underside of the block you want to examine. Yeah. Face up. Yeah, because they probably see that and they would like then disarm it and figure it out. Although very likely what will happen is someone will see that observer and rather than breaking the observer, they will probably like gut out the surrounding area and do it that way. That is another thing. But would it be possible, do you think, to trap the area a bit more? No, that would probably be trying to fail safe too much. I was going to say, do we trap more of the area so if they break any blocks in the nearby area that they fall into hoppers and explode? But I think that would be getting towards green desert nuke territory, which might just be a bit much for trying to achieve a single kill. Put lava under the area, yeah. The nice thing about lava as well is as soon as you put string over it, you cannot hear a peep, and it's so weird that that's a thing. Like, look. Say, for example, I turn the music down for a sec, turn this up. If I do a little 2x2 of lava... You can hear the pop, 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 yeah? Wait for it. Silence. How weird is that? How weird is that? Does the string work for flowing lava as well, or just source blocks? Let's find out. To be fair, I don't hear any lava sound right now, so this isn't a good test. Oh, wait, there we go. The best thing is you can still just walk straight through it and fall in. That's the thing that I love the most about this. And it just doesn't burn either. It's silent. It doesn't make any noise. It's genuinely great. It's really, really good. What I don't know is what side you block it from. In fact, let me look back. I want to look back at Green's previous season. I want to see how he did his trap on B-dubs. You know, the bubble elevator trap. I can't remember how that was set up. Let's have a look. What episode did he do that in? Does anyone recall? Third Life. That's the big desert one. So it must have been before then. Was it in the Netherite episode? Oh, no, I see. There's one called I Have a Plan. Maybe that's the one. That's the one where he blew everybody up. Where's the bubble elevator? It was in one of the last ones, you think? Okay. I'm just sort of looking through now, trying to see. Maybe Netherite upgrade episode. Maybe if I just search B-dubs. Oh, let me load the comments. B-dubs. Yeah, it's probably in this episode. There it is. Yeah, B-double-O swam in lava. Okay. So how did this work? So here we go. So you go up the bubble elevator. You put obsidian there. And then what was after that? Was it literally just a case of... Hold on. Turn this up.
Scott, that sucked.
Try again.
Get to the top.
And the obsidian would be protected from that.
Scott,
Tutorial on that. Hassle to my... Oh! I finally figured...
Where is it? I don't understand where the trap is.
far out. Cut it extremely short session. Time to take one. 1, 2, lava, done. Now we need to get out.
So how does that not just turn the water below into cobblestone or something?
Now we need to get out. 2, and we've set up the trap. 1.
Oh, it's a sign to deprecate the lava and... Oh, I see the sign does it.
2, lava, done.
Interesting.
Now we need to get out. Oh, that was dangerous. It's set up. The trap.
Okay, I understand how that works. That's good. I'm with you on that one. Okay, so that's not too shabby. So, I guess can you? Yeah, I guess you got to do that one when their guard is low. You can use a fence gate too. Is a fence gate? I feel like a fence gate has more of a collision box than a sign does, though. Ren's tower is the perfect place for that trap. True. It's got a tall boy. It's got a tall boy. Interesting. Nice, cool. You can also separate water and lava by having kelp in the water. Oh, does that just like straight up work? Is that true? I'll test that theory. So you do that. Oh, isn't it? Wait, how does it work? Is it you need a bubble? Is it soul sand? Or is it magma? I can't remember. I can't remember how it works. How do bubble elevators work again? Can you remind me, chat? Oh, wait, there you go. That's something worked there. Oh, is that the whole thing working now? So you have that like that, yeah? And then, are you saying that you literally just do this and lava just stays there? Sod off. Oh my god. Well, that's interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, there's only one bubble elevator on the whole server right now, as far as I'm aware, and they certainly haven't accounted for this. Good to know. You wouldn't know until you got right up there as well. That's the best thing. And is there any way that you can go back down? No, you have to have kelp and not the bubble elevator. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, it works fine. Well, that's cool. You'll need a sign to separate the water and lava. You don't look. Look, they just coexist. Because the water's bubbly, it just seems to work. But then, having said that, would you actually burn? Game mode. Hold on, if I go down a little bit. Where's the water? Oh, I buggered it. Found it. I was just a block or so off. Game mode, survival. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait. What? Is the kelp gone? What did I don't understand what I did there. Oh. Hold on. Back now. I think I'd accidentally put a block on it or something. Okay. Yeah, it was when I broke... hold on, wait. Interesting. It does work. Okay, that's good to know. Let me save that in my little notepad. Imagine B-dubs dice to that again. Fucking hell. Hey, would you try an alliance with Best, who might fall apart as B-dubs is red and Tango is not playing this week? Oh yeah, I forgot that Tango's not around this week. So they're literally just down to Etho and Skiz. They're literally just ES. They're literally just ES. Because B-dubs obviously isn't allowed to be friends with them anymore. Tango's not even here, so... Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Interesting. Okay, so I've got like, what, 5 or 6 traps to think of that I could try and apply in the game. And obviously, worst case scenario, if it comes down to it, I go for a PvP killer from the Boogeyman and haven't succeeded with anything a bit more flashy in the process. You know what I mean? What do you know about blast resistance walls? Absolutely nothing, my dude. Nothing. Waterlogged stairs in a wall. Waterlogged stairs in a wall. Oh, was that the was that this thing? Was it the where you go like this or something? Where is it? Like that, and then do you put like water in here or something? I did see something on it. It was either Twitter or Reddit about it. It was something like that. Yeah, I think I get what you're getting at. I remember seeing someone talking about it, but I didn't fully understand how it works. But I have no idea how to facilitate that. How do you actually make it? How do you make it viable? Make it 2 thick walls with them facing each other. 2 thick walls with them facing each other. What do you mean by that? Sorry, I don't understand what you mean. Make it 2 thick walls. Like that, do you mean? The other thing that I still didn't really get to use that much last season, which I really wanted to, was utilizing the rat hole. You know what I mean? Last season, I really wanted to do some more of this. It's very slow, but... that was something that I really wanted to do last season, but I never got a chance to. I love a bit of rat hole. But I don't know whether when you rat hole, whether you're shifted or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether your nameplate vanishes or whether it's still visible. I obviously can't see my own nameplate, so I can't check, but... What about end crystals now you've got a ghast farm? I do have the materials to make my own, yeah. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. There we go. Could you use ice to move faster in that rat hole? Probably. The living documentation has arrived. You joined it at just the right time, actually, Hannah. I was going to transition over to game dev. Or did we do some Minecraft today? I don't know. I basically just don't want to burn out before last life later on, is the thing. I want to make sure that I've got enough energy and motivation to just vibe it out. Do you have a VOD channel, my dude? I do. I don't upload to it particularly often. I'll level with you. The only thing that I wanted to upload to there recently is my MCCs, but I think somebody else already documents those, so I tend not to bother. But I also want to whack up Demon Turf that I played the other day as VODs, because that would be really good. Maybe we should try a 3D tutorial. They're quite good on Learn Unity. I'll consider a 3D tutorial a little bit later on. I want to get all the mechanics down that I want for 2D first, and then I'll worry about the rest later on. You know what I mean? Then just a full block behind it so it doesn't flood. Wait, what was that? What was Beaming saying? You need the tallest bit of the stairs on top of each other. Oh, is this about the double wall thing? In fact, can you get into there like that? No, you can't. In fact, actually, hold on. Can you? Oh, you can get in like that. Interesting. I actually quite like that as a little doorway. It's pretty sweet. That's so cool. I love that. I was going to suggest slabs on the bottom. Yeah, slabs on the bottom works as well. Oh, does it? Well, I guess maybe not. I guess the reason this works is because when they're up... I mean, I guess I could put slabs on the top half like that. Oh, no, but even then that wouldn't work still, would it? Because it's still too tall then. I mean, I guess it kind of gets you down there. Yeah. It's cool. That's a nifty little trick. Could use that for a little getaway. I think that's the one thing I would like, actually, is in our base I'd like some getaway points. Some, like, ways of escaping, if you will. That'd be pretty cool. Right. Let's go for it. Right, sweet. Let's go ahead and do some development. Also, check this out. Is this the trailer? Is it just released? Yeah, look at this. If you get a chance to today, chat, go and have a look. So there's a person called Lakuza on Twitter who has created, with a team of other people, a Jet Set Radio future world inside of VR chat. I am going to go inside of it once my new avatar is ready, my new VR chat avatar. I think it's actually currently being rigged, which is really cool. So I think the VR chat version of it will be ready really soon, but the VTuber version of it will be a little bit longer. Oh, look at this. And it's not just like, it's not just a chat room where you, like, you know, have conversation in there and stuff like that. Like, there are, like, collectibles, there's stuff to graffiti, there's, like, special little missions, you can grind on the rails, like, there's all sorts. Look at it, dude. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bow, wow, bam, bam, bow, wow, bam, bam, bow, wow, bow, wow, bow, wow. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da.
What is love? What is free love? What is love? What is free?
Oh yeah, understand. understand, 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 understand the concept of love. Look how sick this world looks. So I want to do this once I've got my character made and ready to rock and roll, basically. Has there been any talks of hermits versus yogs in Capture the Wool? There hasn't, to be honest, no. Nothing just yet. I don't think hermits and yogs have ever really crossed over, to be fair. Oh, you actually get bumped off by people. That's nuts. Rakoku Goji. They actually created their own version of what they think the final boss battle should have been in Jet Set Radio, which is really cool. 180 things to tag as well. So good. How does it work then? So is it, do you have to join the person's room, or can you load up your own instance of this space? And I guess do your saves carry between each session? Like, I mean, like, look how much this is. Like, this is so much progress to keep.
Ready to kick some ass.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio! Whoa. Love it. All right, sorted. Let's do some coding, shall we? Let's make some video games, or at least get a step closer to making video games. She's just wrapping them up now. Sweet. Right, real quick chat. Let me fire up Unity and we will get going. Let me get some music on as well. Shadow at Noon, what you got for me? I want a new playlist that I've never listened to today from Shadow at Noon. So what's it going to be? Let's go for... which one have I never listened to before? Nostalgia, my favorite childhood Nintendo songs. Sure, why not? This is crazy that this was only barely a year ago this video was made, or a little over a year ago, and it was for a 10k celebration, and Shadow at Noon's now got 107k. How cool is that? Oh, Ruby's already open, apparently. Oh, there we go. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. Right then, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to get the tutorial back up. What was the guy called again, chat? Can't remember what the fella was called. Bam, ba ba bam, 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 bam. Do. Brackies, that's it. Brackies RPG. So let's step backwards a teensy bit. I'm trying to remember what I do and don't have working on this. I'm pretty sure that I got through video 4, I want to say. Let me double check where I'm actually at with this. Let me go for this camera as well, just so I'm tucked away in the corner. So yeah, I think where I'm at with this is I think I've got the thing where I can add the items to my inventory, like so. And we've gotten that far with it. And you can obviously click on that if you want to do a use function. And then there is the ability to press on that button. But the one thing that I ran into, the issue that I had, was that I can't... Which was that from? It might be from maybe inventory. Also, I installed Visual Studio for those people that were telling me to do that. It wasn't as big of a download as I was anticipating. People were really hamming up how big the download was. It wasn't even like a gig. But yeah. So yeah, so where we're getting to in the code here, which is the part that I'm struggling with, is I'm getting to here. And in the tutorial, he says that... this should just work. Like, I followed it letter for letter, word for word. And basically, what's happening here is... Let me just go to here real quick. Where is it? So, obviously, we've got the various inventory slots. If I scroll right the way out, go over here. Here we go. So, we've got the various inventory slots. Within the inventory, we have got the remove button, which is an invisible element in the top corner just there. And then basically what's happening is whenever we click on that button... it's going to the inventory slot script, which is this one right here, and it's calling this function here, which is called onRemove button. And what this is meant to do is this is meant to do remove item And it doesn't seem to be doing this, but it is doing this. So it's getting to the point where it's finding the function and firing stuff within it, but it's something here that's not quite right. So obviously this is inventory, instance, and then remove item. So if I go to inventory, which is this one just here, we've got remove. Oh, is that why? Is that why this whole time? Have I just figured it out just by looking at it once? Oh, no, that is right. That is right. All right, never mind. Ignore me. That was correct. I almost feel like I want to take it. I feel as though I understand some of what's going on, but not all of it. So I almost want to step back like a level in this and go back to an earlier part and almost like delete all the scripts and kind of start again with it. And I can sort of I can soundboard off you guys as to like what the hell I'm actually looking at right here. So maybe if I rewind a little bit. So let me bring up the tutorial real quick. This is the one we're looking at. I'm going to bring music down to there. Turn this right the way up.
You could go in here and put, say, item name here in front. Then we'll call it equipment. Replace it.
So this part I understand. This is basically the scriptable object. So we've got the name of the item, a sprite for it, and whether the item is default. So basically, if the item is default, then he's apparently going to do something where it just automatically equips to the player. Kind of like when in like Zelda, like if you get a tunic, then it automatically equips to the character. So looking at that, I think it's within the game. Oh no, not the game manager. Sorry, it's this item here. So when I pick up this green boy, it's got 3 properties. It's got the item itself. So all of those items are within a folder called items. And basically each of these items, as we just mentioned, have got a name, they've got an icon, and whether it's a default item or not. So that's what's going on there. So I understand this piece of code.
This can be done super easily
from the
by
beginning.
using an attribute. It's called the create asset menu. Here
and then the create asset menu basically allows me to create stuff via right-clicking in here, doing create, and then it gives me like a custom menu at the top to create one of these items with those settings in place. So that part I understand. So we're good so far. Then what's next? Where's the video?
Give our item a default file name. We'll just set it equal to new item and a menu name.
So the part that I don't understand just yet, I don't think, is... Let me just double check. Items, that one there. See what this line here, the new public string name called new item, or with the string new item. What does that mean?
Name. This is where we're going to navigate in order to create our item. We'll put ours under inventory item. Now if we...
That's the part I don't think I understand. I understand the sprite is set to... Oh wait, actually maybe I don't know.
Save our script, go into Unity, and then right-click in our project panel, go Create. We will see a new tab here called Inventory, and under there, we'll see an item. If we press this, a new object is created in our project panel. This is our scriptable objects. We can give this a name in the project. I'm just going to call it test item, and then we can fill
Wait, what does the new keyword do? I'm not 100% sure.
out all of our variables. Let's call it the helmet of...
Oh, new item is for name. Oh, right, okay. I understand. So when you create one from fresh, it's the text that sits inside of there. So you got name, new item, icon. Right. With you. So yeah, new public string name, new item. So that's that, and then whether it's default. Okay, right, I understand that. That makes sense to me now. Let me close this. I keep opening the wrong fucking Unity. How many windows have I got open? Epic Games Launcher, you don't need to exist right now. Those are basically the only things that need to exist. In fact, this one can also live in here. Alright.
Protection. We'll just leave the icon blank for now, and we don't want this to be a default item. And we can now go ahead and create as many items here as we want. In fact, let's go ahead and create a folder for all of our items.
Yeah, so I understand that.
Script. To do that, let's open up item pickup. In here, let's create a public item, and let's just call it item.
He does this a lot. He puts item and item next to each other loads, and it really throws me. So I think this is where I need everybody's help. So this is an item pickup script. So if I go to scripts, item pickup, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip back what I've got at the moment and just go back to where he is at the moment. So basically what we've got so far is we've got public item, and that's the part that I don't understand. I believe item is a class or a type. Item type, and then item is the variable name. Okay. So what exactly is a public item? Like, sorry, what is an item class? Is item like that the same as something being like a game object, or no? Do you have an item script? I do, yeah. Oh wait, so it's yeah, sorry, this is the item script, this one here. So we basically create this item script which has the 3 fields for each item that you create. And then this obviously allows us to make one with a right click inside of Unity. And then, yeah, public item. But it's weird that we're making that public if we're pulling it from this thing. You know what I mean? But I guess maybe that's where it's coming from.
And now we can access all the values.
I'm gonna just change a few bits. So he's got the pickup thing here. I'm gonna get rid of all this for now, because at the moment he doesn't have that. At the moment all he has is destroy game object. I'm gonna go through it slowly but surely.
It's under that item.
So at the moment he's got, so this base interact, this was an interesting thing as well. So I hadn't encountered this before. So he's done a public override, which is from another script, and I can't remember where that override or interact was. It might be in inventory. I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, I'm going to delete whatever he's not made just yet. Let's see. I'm pretty sure inventory is inventory UI existent? This is the problem. Hold on. Wait.
In its current to our item pickup. Which means that we're going to be overriding the various damage modifiers and so on.
This is the problem, is that this tutorial doesn't have everything that I want, but this one part I do need, so it's hard for me to go through.
Let's call it the helmet of there. So now all we need to do is list a name right here. So instead of, so now all icon the item. Let's save that, drag our test item into the item slot, hit play, and now when we pick up the item, it's going to say interacting with time. Let's save.
Okay, so what he's doing there then is he's saying in the debug log, when you interact with something, see this is the part here that I need to figure out, is this this void override. So we've got one called interactable. Okay, so let's go through interactable and understand this. So interactable has a lot of stuff in it that I just don't know. Yeah, I think the problem is a lot of this really kind of goes over my head, so it's hard for me to digest it properly by myself. What on earth is that? Yeah, this is the thing. I feel like we should... Let me tell you what. I'm going to rewind in this tutorial, delete a bunch of stuff, and we'll just go through it step by step to see what he's doing. I think even inventory UIs probably can go. I'm going to get rid of inventory UI. Inventory slot. Do we actually no? Is inventory slot a script I need to keep? Let me see. Yeah, see, there's a lot of stuff in here as well. Yeah, no, I'm aware that virtual allows it to be overwritten. Hold on. Maybe if I go back one more video. So which number is this? This is number 3. Let me go. Sorry, 4. Let me go back to number 3. Is it that one?
Add 3 that I've used. Just something up at the top of the class so that it's.
No, that was that. So maybe yeah, maybe this one. I'm
And
just
this
checking
video
this
will
one.
5 here again, and here we'll of course need to update all these.
I think it's in this one he makes the interactable.
Focused, and here we'll
But a lot of this is like overcomplicated for picking up a 3D object, which is why I was able to skip past most of it.
To fold. It's now it's from it. Whenever.
Give me a
What
second.
is a virtual method, and why are we using it here? Well, remember the grand plan for this script is to have all objects such as items and
There it is. That's
well, remember
that's the bugger.
all interact. Now, what is a virtual method, and why?
Okay, so this is within interactable. That's the first time we come across that. So let me empty out all the stuff from it that he's done. So he's got interactable here. So if I just do Oh god, why is my cursor a thumb? There we go. Ugh, hold on.
Are we using it here? One top here, let's create a we need in our interact script. It's an actual method for interacting. So at the very top here, let's create a public virtual void called interact. And
So this is where he starts this thing. I can't remember what these parts are. I don't even know if I need those. I'll be honest. I don't think I do. But then what objects in the game have this interactable script on? I don't know if I... interact, transform, item pickup. I don't know if I need any of this. Do I? You need the code that calls that interact. Yeah, there is this interact here. But do I need to do the override? Or can I literally just make it within my pickup item one? Does it need to be off in this separate interactable thing if I don't need any of this either? You know what I mean? Because at the minute, all this is doing is just kicking out a debug log. You could probably just do it in the item code, yeah. Maybe we try doing that then. Let's try getting rid of interactable entirely. Let's just straight up can it. Where is it? Item pickup. Let me just open up item pickup real quick. If I do that, then it's not looking for it elsewhere, is it? Where is that? Where's interactable within here? Oh, that there. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Hold on. So we do need the interactable script then. Fuck me. Interactable. Let's just make the least that we need to make this work. I mean, does this even have to be... Can this not just be a mono behavior? Would that work okay? Like... Would that be okay? To just do a mono behavior there instead of having to call for this interactable thing here. You can just put that code in a mono behavior.
down here we'll simply call it. So let's call interact. Now, what is a virtual method and why are we using it here? Well, remember the grand plan for this script is to have all objects such as items and enemies change array.
This is the problem because this tutorial's for 3D, but the inventory part's the part I'm trying to snag from it for my 2D.
Here we'll check if our target is not equal to, and the to call motor dot point to unity that are stopping. When we move to the sphere,
your interactable seemed completely different from his. I don't think it was it? My interactable had all the hold on.
Ourselves whenever for ourselves if we turn vector crit we can flirt time heavy here. What to notice and set it, we can set it to full be on focus.
Mine was different because I didn't have all of this gizmo stuff, because obviously the gizmo is the gizmo was like the world item and stuff like that. I think the part that I pinched was, yeah, because look, there's so much of this doesn't pertain to 2D or really anything that I'm doing.
To remember, and that is
that's all player controller stuff.
Focus is not if it's an actual this distance check if.
Ah man. Update and interact are important. Fuck me.
Focus equal to false, and when we our new target get the vector that's point that smooth, we can check if the player that's focusing this object
So this is the
close enough to
interactable.
interact with it. So let's create a bool. Let's call it isFocus and set it to false by default. And let's also create a transform called player. Then we can create two methods. First, a public void. This is going to be the onFocused. And here we'll take in a transform, which is going to be the player's transform. Inside of this method, we'll set isFocus to the will of create focused. If we are, well then we can check for the distance to the player.
So
let's create
I basically got everything working minus a lot of this stuff previously.
a float called distance. Set it equal to vector3.distance. The second one is inside in focusing on focus. To do this, well then is different focused method. Focus is equal
All this
to
focus stuff like just
interacting, a
doesn't
bunch boolean
apply.
here, then in equal to true. And we actually only want to do this distance. We'll also make sure to set has interactive to false inside of just for let's notch the stopping distance. Virtual method void interact. Now, what is a virtual method? All objects and why are
Okay,
we
let's watch this thing. Hold on. So he
interact.
explains what the
Now,
interact
what is a
virtual
virtual
void stuff
method
is.
and why are we using it here? Well, remember the grand plan for this script is to have all objects such as items and enemies derived from it. Whenever we do that, we inherit all of the fields and all of the methods. But one thing that we don't want to be uniform across all of them is how we interact with the object. In fact, we want that to be different for each one. That's why we've marked this method as virtual. That means that we can call it from within this base class. In other words, we can trigger this method, but inside of our enemy or item script, we will be able to override it. And so we can put in our own functionality for each type of interactable. So I'll just write here that this method is meant to be overridden. And by default, we can just write out a message saying debug log,
Let me do that then.
interacting with, and then the name of our transform.
Where's interactable?
If we hit play, you will see that this works in the exact same way as, and then the name of our transform.
So that's a, so hold on. So that's a public virtual void. Let's start the tutorial from here and we'll just follow it and we'll see what snags we hit along the way. This method is meant to be overwritten by items or enemies. Debug log, interacting with space. So I managed to do this much before.
Transform. If we play interacting,
The only thing that's here is the transform.name. That's the only part that I don't quite get from that.
with, and then the name of our transform.
So the transform.name, is that this thing up here? Like, I think transform, this is the first time I've come across transform. The only other time I've seen transform is for, like, coordinates, you know what I mean? So, like, positional stuff. But this seems like it comes before. I think it's the name of the current object. Right. Okay.
If we hit play, you will see that this works in the exact same way as it did before, but we've now
So interacting with sphere. It will be the name of the player because the transform is on the player. Okay. Where's that specified? Is it this one here, transform player?
and by default we're doing as it, and then the name.
So when you do transform player, is that saying get it from something in here called player, or no? Or would I have to put? Oh no, is it looking for the tag maybe?
Name of our transform. If we hit play, you will see that this works in the exact same way as it did before, but we've now laid the solid foundation. And when he does, he might want control over where we stand, and from the one is going to be of type transform, and let's just call it the interaction transform. We'll then insert this in all the places that we're currently using transform. So here where we check for...
This is the problem, dude. It's so much more than I need. There's so much extra shit around this. It's hard to pick out what I need.
Transform.position, we'll use interaction transform.position. We'll also place it inside of our onDraw gizmo selected. And we'll also make sure to go inside of our player motor And here when we start following a new target, we want to use the new target. Show you a single error because we currently have no interaction transform. If you want, you can use the transform of the same object, or we could go in here and create a new empty, and we could call this the interaction point. We then say move this forward from the object, point of in play, up settings back to
This
default.
is all.
That's pretty much it for to support these videos. You can
Yeah, this is all just not. Yeah. Let's go back to the start of number 3. Where's number... Oh, there is no number 3. Number 3 goes on to like the other channel for some reason.
and methods inside of our interactable class. Now, one thing that's pretty annoying about material item. Let's drag it onto there. And already Sebastian did the previous video.
Let's
on
just go from the start of this
implementing the
video.
player character. So go to his channel and check that out. Other than that, let's get into it. So as you can see in the previous video, Sebastian set up this nice player character. Let's create an item here that he can pick up. Let's go to the hierarchy, right click, go 3D object and cube. This is going to be the temporary graphic for our object. Let's scale it down a bit.
This is our current
and move it
item.
over. Let's also give this some more fancy material. Let's right click, go create material. Let's shine item component.
So he's just doing some material stuff.
Is that old item pickup?
Okay, so this is going to be item pickup. So let me open up item pickup and just empty out everything. And we'll start fresh from here. I think this is basically, we're at the right spot now. What's this? Item pickup does not contain a definition for pickup. Huh? What? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, Ruby controller. Oh, wait. Item pickup. Right, so I was looking for item pickup and I was... Right, okay, yeah, hold on. I'll do one thing. I'll just do pickup. I'll just do a public void. Public void. Item pickup. Nothing just yet. And that should get rid of the error that we've got. Clear, is that good? Item pickup member names, blah, 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 blah. Item pickup 517. Or is it pickup? Sorry. Oh no, wait. Fuck me. Where's the Ruby controller? The thing is literally just called pickup. Is it capital U as well? It is, yeah. Okay, sorry. Alright, there we go. Public void. Call pickup. There we go. Right, good. So now we can at least... So basically all we've got... As of this second, all we've got is the ray casting is going to hit the diamond. It's going to check whether it's got item pickup as its controller or its script, which it does. And then if it does, it's going to queue up... it's basically going to call the pickup function, which I've just created there real quick, which he does create for us in just a moment. So let's start from that point and we'll take it step by step.
C# and hit create an add. And now the thing about this script is
that
an item is an interactable. And so we don't want to write all the code for focusing an item, walking to it and interacting with it once again. Instead, we'll simply derive from interactable, which is the script we created in video.
Okay, so this is saying we're going to derive from interactable, which is what we've got just here.
Video 2. We can also delete our 2 methods.
So that I understand, I think. But even then, I think that might be the first time that I've done this. So this script is called item pickup. So when you put another script just there, what does that mean, chat? Does that mean that I can just call anything from within this script a lot easier?
And everything interactable to it and interacting with it once again. Instead, we'll simply derive from interactable, which is the script we created in video 2.
Oh, okay, so it means it contains a copy of all code from the second script. I thought so. Okay.
We can also delete our 2 methods and everything under system.collections. Now, without adding any code here, if we just save this and select the item in Unity, we can see that we now have a radius and an interaction transform. That's because we've now inherited all of the values and methods inside of our interactable class. Now, one thing that's pretty annoying about our interactable in its current state is that we get a null reference exception.
I've got nothing in
go
item
ahead and drag
just
it
yet
and
because I didn't have
I want
any
to change
of the
this
other
by
stuff.
just opening up the interactable, going to the bottom where we are drawing our gizmo, and in here I simply want to say that if interactable transform is equal to null, well then let's set interaction transform equal to our own transform. This will just make sure that we don't get any errors in the inspector. So if we now clear this and select our test item, you can see it automatically selects our own one and now the radius is displaying. But of course,
This is all to do with the 3D stuff, so that's fine. We can ignore this.
we do want to add a bit of
when you create a class by default, it copies mono behavior, which is why most of the Unity functions work. They're part of mono behavior. Oh, right. Okay, interesting. So mono behavior is separate to Unity engine then. So what's the kind of the expanse of mono behavior? Because I've obviously always seen it there, but I never really understood what it meant. Does it basically just encapsulate most of what you'd want to do with components and stuff within Unity?
Extra code to our item pickup. The first thing we need to do is define what happens when we decide to interact with the object. And remember, inside of our interactable script, we created a virtual method for this exact purpose. So all we need to do is simply go into our item pickup and override this method. We'll write public override void and then interact. If you use autocomplete, it will automatically insert this base.interact call. This means that it goes back into our interactable and executes all the code inside of our interact method. We then add code before that or after that. Right now we only write out a message, but I'm still gonna leave this in here in case we want to add more later. And after that, we can go ahead and pick up the item. So we'll call some kind of method here, which we'll call pick up. We'll then create this method, so void,
which we're gonna do below. Got it.
And in here we can start by writing out a message saying that we are picking up an item. Then we want to add our item to our inventory. And then finally remove our game object from the scene. So we'll just call destroy game object. If we now save this,
why is that tabbing in like that? Is it because I didn't do that? I think it might be. Pick up. Oh wait, hold on a second. Rewind a little bit.
From the scene. So we'll just call destroy.
Then destroy game object. Okay, so I understand what's happening so far. Add to inventory. Destroy game object. Cool. So at the moment we let me open up the Ruby controller. So at the moment we walk over to our little thing that we want to interact with. It recognizes what we're trying to do, and from the item pickup script, which is this one here, it goes ahead and so basically we interact with it. It recognizes the collision box and it goes to item pickup, and then it does pickup. And then from within pickup, it says picking up item and destroys the game object, but we've not added it to the inventory officially just yet. So that's fine, I guess.
Game object. If we now save this, go into Unity and hit play, you'll see.
So let's give this a quick go. Hit play. Yo, what up, Mike? How you doing, bud? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. We've just been, we did a little bit of Minecraft at the start of the stream today because we were trying to, figure out a bunch of traps because we're playing Last Life tonight off camera. This is for a video series, and there's every chance I could be the boogeyman, and the boogeyman's job is basically to kill all of the players, or kill one player as to not be put to our last life on the server next time. So if any of your audience or yourself have got any good Minecraft traps, then hit me up because I very much need them. We can see, by the way, chat, that the pickup item thing is working. So the code's getting to here, it's popping that, and it's destroying the game object as well, which is perfect.
You can see that when we right click to focus the item for our item. Currently there's to it and pick it up, but we still need a way to define properties for our item. Currently there's not much to tweak here. We want to give our item a name, an icon. Later on with equipment we want to modify stats on our player. So we need to define some kind of item data object. You could do that using some kind of data serialization format such as JSON or XML, or you could use a very, very handy feature in Unity called scriptable objects. Scriptable objects are basically custom assets that you can create inside of your project and then set properties for each object. In our case, we'll go ahead and create a C# script called item.
Tokyo's Toe actually feels unreal to see in VR. I bet the height of the buildings will be the most surprising thing. I can't wait for it. I genuinely think I might cry. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Blueprint for all of our scriptable objects.
What's that? Oh, he's making an item script. So I've already done this previously.
Open this up with mono behavior object. So all of our items is going to line under the name here. That's because any.
So in this instance, chat, where he does item and then scriptable object, obviously before within item pickup, I put interactable there because a script existed with that name. When he's doing item and then scriptable object, I don't have a script currently called scriptable object. So what's the purpose of this? Can somebody explain that to me?
Script to sit on a game object. Instead, C# script called item. This is going to act as the blueprint.
Or is that something within Unity?
Objects. So if we now open this up,
it's from Unity engine. Okay.
Methods and our collection namespaces.
So it's something from Unity similar to mono behavior.
And then we want to derive not from mono behavior, because we don't want the script to sit on a game object. Instead, we want to derive from scriptable object.
Okay,
and now we need to think about what all of our items is going to need. Remember, we're making a blueprint here. So all of our items is going to need a name, and we'll just default that to new item. you'll see
Yeah.
a green line under the name here. That's because any object actually already has a property called name, and so there's a conflict when we also create one called name. You could go in here and put, say, item name, but instead I'm just going to put a new here in front of the variable, which means that we're going to be overriding the old definition and using this one instead.
Okay.
Then we'll also want an icon that will show up in our inventory. For that, we'll create a public sprite.
Yeah.
Call it icon and set it equal to null by
Yep.
default. And at some point, Sebastian is going to add some nice equipment to our character. When he does this, he's going to equip our character with some default wear. And when we replace that default wear, we don't necessarily want it cluttering up our inventory.
So would it be new
So we'll just go in
default?
here and add a public
Public
boolean,
boolean.
stating whether or not this is a default item. And we'll just set this equal to false by default. So
Cool.
now we've kind of sketched out what properties we want our item objects to have.
Guess you haven't seen my messages through the raid, but if you put your cursor on mono behavior in F12, you'll see the mono behavior code. Oh, okay, cool. I'm not going to do that because I'm worried that it's going to be more code than I can comprehend, but it's good to know.
We'll add equipment types, armor modifiers, damage modifiers, and so on, but these values will be shared by all items.
Okay.
But one thing we still need to do is tell Unity how we want to create new items. This can be done super easily by using an attribute. It's called the create asset menu. Here
Yeah.
we can give our, this is where we're going to navigate in order to create our item. We'll put ours under inventory item. Now if we
Nice.
save our script, go into Unity, and then right click in our project panel, go
Yeah.
create, we will see a new tab here called inventory, and under there we'll see an item. If we press this, a new object is created in our project panel. This is our scriptable object. We can give this a name in the project. I'm just going to call it test item, and then we can fill out all of our variables. Let's call it the helmet of protection,
Which I've already
We'll just
done
leave the icon
previously.
blank for now.
Okay,
and we
but an
don't want this
icon
to
and
be a
it's not default
And we can
item.
now go ahead and create as many items here as we want to there. So now all we need to do is link our test item with our item pickup script. To do that, let's open up item pickup. In here, let's create a public item, and let's just call it item. And now we can
Okay, so then he does this. So he does public item. So item is the class type, I guess. Yeah, class item. And then the variable name is item. He does this a lot through this tutorial. He does item a lot, and I think that's why I get confused. It's like when a word loses meaning when you hear it far too much. So what exactly is an item as a class? Like what does that entail? I'm not sure. I know that it's comparable to, say, a game object. It's on the same kind of level. But is an item just... Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand what that means. Like, I understand if you put, like, public int, I understand what an integer is. But item, I'm not sure. Or is this item meant to derive from this? So it's my script item it's referencing. So I do public item. So say this script here was called, like, sausage or whatever. I would do public sausage item in order to pull that in. So what that's doing is it's basically creating this item, but with all of the specifications from here. Is that basically what's going on? It is. Okay, cool.
We
Sweet.
can access all of the values under that item. If we write item dot, we can see both the icon, the default item, and the name right
yeah.
here. So instead of saying picking up item, let's say picking up and then followed by the name of the item. Let's save that, drag our test item into the item slot, hit play, and now when we pick up the item, it's going to say interacting with.
Okay, so now when I hit play, I'm pretty sure I've already done... Oh, no, I haven't actually. I haven't done that. So let's say that this middle one is called the helmet. And we'll call the other two the shield. And you're going to be the shield as well. Boop. Nice. All right. So hopefully now then, in the console, it will say picked up the... Yeah, look, there you go. Picking up item, helmet of protection. Picking up item, placeholder shield. Picking up item, placeholder shield. Perfect. Okay. So far, I get it. So far, I understand.
Test item, and then picking up helmet of protection. Awesome. So now we know what item we are picking up, but currently we're just making it disappear. What we really want to do is add it to some kind of inventory. To do that, let's create another C# script.
Okay.
Let's call it inventory. Let's also create an empty game object in our scene.
I'm gonna clear
Reset the
all of
transform
this.
and call it, say, game manager. Let's then drag it to the top so we can always see it.
Okay, so he's created an empty core game manager, which I've done here previously. and he's put the inventory script in there. I think when I save this, that's going to vanish anything that was there. Oh, maybe not. It should do. Inventory does not contain a definition for instance. What? What script's that in? Inventory slot. Oh, is that playing around with the... I think that's playing around with that button. Hopefully that now lets it bounce. Yeah, okay, cool. So now the script is empty for inventory. Sweet.
And here we want to add all of the scripts that control the general state of our game. I'm going to add my inventory here, but you could definitely also put it on the player. Let's open it up. And we do want to delete our 2 methods, but for this one, we'll keep all of the namespaces. And that's because we want access to the list type. Because central for any inventory is a list of items. So let's create a public list of type item. Let's call this list items and set it equal to a new list of items. Then we can create a...
See what I mean? Item, 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 item. It's like, fuck me. Please just use another word. Like, you know what I mean? No wonder it's so hard to fucking follow. Public list item. Call it items. And then equals new list item. It's like, aha! Oh my god, please. Right, okay. So let's talk through even just this one line of code. So we're creating a list. A list, I don't know what that is. Like, I know what a list is, but I don't know within coding what that actually means. So what is a list within coding terms? Is that literally like making a chronological list, like almost like a mini spreadsheet? It's literally just a list of stuff. So it's creating a public list. So what is item in brackets? Is that making a list of all item... So I'm assuming this is deriving from the item script. And then we're going to give that list a variable called items, plural. But then I don't understand the whole new list item bit. There's a lot of same phrases here, but I don't think they all behave the same.
Method for adding a new item. Let's go public void add. And here we want to take in an item called, say, item. And we then simply want to...
See what I mean? Item, 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 fucking item. Jesus Christ. It's so... In the space of what? 2 lines, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances of the word item. That's why this is so hard to follow. Item is the class that you created, and then you called it item, or yeah. And then here we got the add, and then it's item again. So this is a new variable, I'm guessing. Is that a new variable? So this one is deriving from this script again, from this item script, and then I'm guessing this is a new variable, right?
Add this item to the items list. To do that, we go items.add, and in here we put our item. We also...
Okay, so we're going to take items from up there. We're going to add, and we're going to add item. Okay. Fuck me. It's so repetitive. The thing that I don't understand at the moment is... I understand that this is pulling from the item script, but there's nothing within here that is lowercase item. Oh, no, maybe there is. No, sorry. So this is pulling from the script, putting it inside of that variable, and then we're saying that we're going to add that small variable, or that the kick out from this is going to be added to the list. So I'm guessing this list will just be empty at the beginning. So it's going to create a list so a list can exist, but it doesn't have any entries. And then we're going to add our first one on this first call of add. Okay.
I want to make a method called remove. This is also going to take in an item. And you guessed it, this time we just want to go items.remove and then put in the item. There are a few cases where we don't want to add an item. Remember how we created our isDefaultItem variable? Well, this is where we want to take it into account. We don't want to go ahead and add this item if it's a default item. So in here we'll write...
The word item literally has lost all meaning to me. I'm looking at it and I read item. I just, you know what I mean? I've looked at that word so much, it looks like a typo to me. It really, really does. It looks like it says item. Like not a real word. Oh, it's items remove. There we go. So we're removing that item from the list of items. Yeah.
If our item is not a default item.
Okay, so if the item is default item, or not, sorry, default item, then it's going to do this. There we go. Because these items do exist in the inventory, as in like, you know, in... zoom out a bit more. So basically, if it is a default item, it'll go straight onto the player as a variable. A variable will toggle and their new armor will look different. Whereas if it's not a default item, it will sit physically in this list, is basically what it's saying. So I understand that as well. I understand what's going on there.
Well, then we want to go ahead and add it to our inventory.
Yeah.
Of course, we also need to call these methods. Inside of our item pickup, we've already said that this is where we want to add the item to the inventory. But we need a reference to our inventory. We could just go find object of type, inventory, and then call the...
Hold up, wait. Rewind.
If it's a default item. So in here we'll write if our item is not a default item. Well, then we want to go ahead and add it to our inventory. Of course, we also need to call these methods. Inside of our item pickup, we've already said that this is where we want to add the item to the inventory. But we need a reference to our inventory. We could just go find object of type, inventory, and then call the add method on whatever we find. But this is fairly taxing. Instead, what we'll do is go into our inventory, and here we'll create a very simple singleton pattern. Now, this is not a video dedicated to singletons, so we won't be making a true singleton pattern.
Is Martyn retraining? No, I'm learning for the first time.
In fact, I'll just show you the easiest way at all to get this working. But hopefully, you'll get the idea. If you want to learn more about singletons, I'll have a link in the description. The first thing we'll do is create a public static. And this is where it becomes a bit weird. We'll create a public static inventory. That's why we're creating a variable with the same type as our class. We'll call this variable the instance. Then
Not a clue what he's just said there.
we'll make an awake method. And in here, we'll set instance equal to this. So basically, what we're doing here is we're creating a static variable, meaning a variable that's shared by all instances of a class, and we're calling it instance. Then when starting the game, we are setting the instance equal to this particular component. That means that we'll always be able to access this particular inventory component by simply going inventory.instance. It also means that you should only have one inventory at all times. In fact, let's go ahead and write if instance is not equal to null. Well, then we want to warn ourselves because we've clearly done something wrong. So let's go debug.warning saying more than one instance of inventory found.
Okay. Not 100% sure what what any of that meant. Well, let's just rock and roll with it. Let me recreate it bit for bit. So it's making... I think it's this part really throws me at the beginning, is making something that matches the script itself. So is it a case of basically what it's saying is that anytime this inventory script is called, you basically, in a way, nuke the old version so that this is the only one that could ever exist? Is that... I think that's what you said. Instance equals null. Debug. Log warning. So kind of, yeah. As long as I'm in the rough ballpark, I don't need to fully understand all of this, but as long as I can get the general gist. It nukes the new version so that the data from the old version is the one you always access / change. Singleton is a way of creating a script that can only one can actually exist of that object at a time. If a new one gets called, you shouldn't destroy the current one, but instead destroy the one trying to be created now. Right, okay. I guess I don't know the full scope of it all, so I can't understand why you do that. Like, why is it you would need to create a new version of inventory anyway? Why is it you can't just call the add and remove from within inventory and just let it do its thing? Like, I don't understand at what point we'd be creating a duplicate inventory even by accident. You know what I mean? I think that's the part that's throwing me a little bit. I mean, if it's just a fail-safe, and I think before he just basically minimized it, I don't really have to think about it, but yeah.
And then return out of this method. Now this piece of code can be pretty confusing to understand at first, but it's something that you will see on so many different scripts, especially scripts sitting on some kind of game manager. And since this part of the code is not really related to the purpose of the class, I like to hide it away at the top. To do that, we'll use a region. We'll call this region the singleton. And then at the end here, we'll use end region. That just means that we can take this entire piece of code and collapse it. It's always here, so we know it's using a singleton. This means that we can take this entire piece of...
Pause. There we go. What did he put? He put singleton. Is that around the other end of it? End region. Oh, excuse me. There you go. So if that's just something that's in the background and just stays out of mind, I won't try and understand it too much for now.
Of code and collapse it. It's always here, so we know it's using a singleton, but we don't have to look at the actual code.
Okay.
If we then save that and go into our item pickup, now instead of using find object of type, we can simply write inventory.instance, and there we go. We now have a reference to our inventory script. So now we...
Okay. So now he does inventory.instance.
We can call add on that script, and the item that we want to add here is the item variable. Let's then save that, go into Unity. The item that we want to add here is the...
I'm trying to remember, chat. How have I done this previously? How have I simply just called... Like, is that necessary? I don't get it. Because all we're doing with this line of code here is we're literally just calling add item. You know what I mean? Like, all we're doing is just calling a public void, which I've done plenty of times, I'm sure, in older stuff. Or was it a case of last time whenever I did it, I always had to do like the get component line and all that sort of shit? You probably had a public reference to the inventory on every script that needed it. Yeah, I think so. Is it basically just a way of taking the weight out of the code? So rather than doing the whole get component and having to reference the scripts each time, I can now just write this, and any script within the assets folder can find it. Okay. I guess, to be honest, that does sound nice, being able to do that. Because that whole fucking having to get component thing gets so fiddly. I mean, look in Ruby's controller. Where's that? Ruby controller. How many of them is there? Look, get component, fucking... what else we got? Where are the other ones? Fucking hitting get component. Yeah. So I can understand the benefit of that. It's a bit confusing to me, but I understand
variable.
What's going on.
Save that, go into Unity and hit play. And if we have a look at our inventory script, it currently has no items. If we then pick up this item, it's going to say that we have one item, and the item is going to be our test item. Awesome. So that's the very...
Wait, hold on. Back it up.
Script. It currently has no items. If we then pick up this item, it's going to say that we have one...
Oh, right, I see. So if I keep an eye on this inventory script over here... just go down to here real quick. So when I pick up this item here, this number should change from 0 to 1, and then I think I get an entry in that field. Yeah, you get an entry of the helmet, the shield, and there should be another shield. Yeah, cool. So that's now taking everything up. Lovely.
One item, and the item is going to be our test item.
Okay.
Awesome. So that's the very foundation of our inventory. But there's still some common things that any inventory should have. The first thing is, of course, limited space. Let's go ahead and create a public integer called space and set it equal to, say, 20 slots. Then when trying to add a new item, we'll check if items dot...
Where does the if item... Oh, it does it within there. So if items... is it count dot space? No, something like that.
Count is greater than or equal to our space variable.
Okay, so yeah, greater than or equal to space. Then we'll do this shit. Oh no, wait, no. If it's greater than or equal to, then it needs to say like, nah, soz. Inventory is full. Inventory is full, numbnuts. Alright.
If it is, well then we want to debug that log that we don't have enough room, and then return out of the method. And if we get past this if statement, we do have enough room, and so we want to add the item. However,
Sweet.
this is currently going to lead to a bug, because in the event that we don't have enough room, we don't want to consume the item.
Yeah.
We want it to still sit in the scene. But inside of our item pickup, we destroy the game object regardless. We try and add the item, and whether it's successful or not,
Oh, I see. Because where we're calling add in... So we're calling add here, and then it can tell us no, but destroy game object happens after that anyway. So we need to get rid of this from here maybe and move it into the other script, I guess.
it's still going to destroy it. So what we'll do is go into our inventory and add a return type of bool. Here we're going to return false if we didn't pick up the item, and if we did, we're going
So if we didn't pick up the item, we do false. And if we did, then we... And if we did, then it would be return true. Okay, I understand that. So if we didn't pick up the item, or if we did, then we've added it. We say we did, and then it's going to do something, I'm guessing, back out in item pickup. So it'll probably be like if... what was it again? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to guess it's going to be something like if... inventory.instance.add true or something like that, I guess.
going to return
That would be my
true.
guess of
now
what
we
this
can
line
save
would
this
be.
and not use it at all. We don't have to worry about the return type, but in the case of picking it up, we definitely want to know whether or not we were successful. So we'll create a bool here called was picked up, and we'll
Oh, okay. Was picked up. Okay, sure.
set that equal to the result of our add method. We then check if the item was picked up, and if it was,
Interesting. That's really weird, but I get what's going on there. If was picked up, then bam.
we want to destroy our game object. Now if we go into Unity and try decreasing our space to say 2, we then
Oh yeah, let me lower the inventory space. That makes sense what we've done there. I get that. Right, so my inventory is only 2 spaces now then. Let's go for it. So I should be able to pick up item number 1, item number 2, and then item number 3 says inventory is full numbnuts. Gotcha.
duplicate our test item a few times. Let's play and let's try and pick some of these up. It has an amount of on screen. Well, now we can pick it up. In the next video, we're going to be displaying our inventory on screen, looping them. But in order to update that UI, we want to know when the inventory has changed. In other words, when have we added or removed an item? To do that, we'll go into the inventory and we'll create what is called a delegate. A delegate is basically an event that you can subscribe to different methods to. When you then trigger the event, all of the subscribed methods will be called. We'll create a public delegate, and you can actually return values in delegates as well. We'll just write void though. We'll call it on item changed. Then we want to open and close some parentheses and put a semicolon. Now we've defined our delegate type. Next we need to implement it. To do that, we create a public on item changed, and we'll call this our on item changed callback. Now, if you've never seen a delegate before, this is a lot of weird syntax, but this allows us to do some really great stuff. Now we can have different...
Okay, wait, so hold on. Explain to me this one, chat. So, public delegate void on item changed. So what exactly is a delegate, and what does a delegate do? And then also, why do we suddenly then cram it with something else? Not sure, to be honest, didn't use delegates much. Okay.
method subscribe to this event. We'll do that when creating our UI, but we already know when we want to call it. We of course want to do that when we add a new item. So after adding a new item, we'll go on item changed callback dot invoke.
Okay. On item changed callback dot invoke.
This means that we are triggering the event, and so we want our UI to update.
Triggering the event? Yeah, but the event for what? So I understand this gets called here when we add an item, but all that's doing is calling this, but do we declare item change somewhere else, maybe?
When doing this, we want to make sure that we actually have some method subscribed to this callback. If not, we'll get an error. So we'll just make sure to check if on item change callback is not equal to null. And if it's not, well then we can go ahead and call invoke. We can just...
I don't understand this part at all, chat. Yeah, not a clue.
Copy this code and paste it to the bottom of our remove function as well.
Okay. Also, the way he writes that is really strange. So on the way he's written that, it doesn't have curly brackets by the looks of it. Yeah, it just says item add and then if. Yeah, he has no curly braces for this. It literally writes like that. Or he writes it like that.
So now whenever something is changed to this code,
you can skip curly brackets if you enter just one instruction. I think I will add them in just because my brain better functions that way. But, okay. I'll have it there just because my brain needs it. But I get most people probably don't need it.
Code and paste it to the...
And then we'll put that on the bottom end of here as well. So yeah, this item change callback I'm not understanding at all.
Bottom of our remove function as well.
Okay.
So now whenever something is changing on our inventory, we are triggering on item changed callback. This is going to be super handy in the next episode.
Okay.
And that's it. The hardest part is actually done now.
I still have no idea what this is. I understand this almost feels like a variable name for things to be called. But I don't understand where this is declared. Unless we're going to make a function called this in the next video.
We're getting pretty close to being able to add all of the cool stuff to our RPG. So I hope you'll hang in there. That's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a future one. The next video on adding UI to our inventory should be out next Wednesday, so make sure to subscribe for that. Also remember,
delegates are a bit hard to explain through text. I mean, it's all good. We don't have to worry about it. I do actually need to jump off in a minute because my food is ready in literally 10 minutes. And then I've got to be on the last live call ahead of recording tonight in 27 minutes. And then we're recording in 57 minutes. So, yeah. Oh, nice. Let me quickly grab this. Let me just send something over to Discord real quick. Sorry, 2 seconds, chat. There we go. Lovely. Okay, cool. So that's where we're at. So I think maybe tomorrow, I won't touch the Ruby project between tonight and tomorrow. So at least we know we're in a good spot with it and we understand what's going on somewhat so far. So at the moment, we can create our inventory. We can limit the amount of space in the inventory. We can pick up items that are all unique and actually have them appear in the list of inventory. And then obviously it tells us when we can't pick up a third one, but also doesn't destroy said item, which is good. So yeah, basically from there we'll see what happens next. But at least we got it there. Obviously this inventory I should really have on a button to call and hide it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So that part so far I understand. And then once it's got here, I did try and do the rest of the inventory tutorial by myself yesterday. And I did manage to get to the point where I could get them to appear here. But then the removing them button didn't work. And that's where I got stuck. But I think going through this with you all step by step is better. In fact, actually, I probably won't even get to do this tomorrow with you all. Because tomorrow is Capture the Wall 2 till 5. And then 5 till whenever, I guess 5 till 6, it's going to be Minecraft Live. Maybe we do it after Minecraft Live, not sure, but yeah. But there you go. Check WhatsApp. I'm literally about to come off, Nettie, so whatever it is, I should be good. yeah, I'm literally turning off stream now, so I can come get my food. But yeah, sweet. Thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate your help with the old Minecraft trappage. Hopefully, hopefully that results in something special if I am the boogeyman, or even if I can just preemptively stop people from bopping me, that would also be really, really cool. Let's go raid somebody, shall we? Let's have a look. Let's see. Twitch.tv, Team Yogs. Who's live from the Yogi Yogs? Ooh, Ravs and Lydia are playing. They're playing Metal Gear Solid 4. Let's go do that. Raid Squid Game. When you get in there, I want everyone to say red light, green light. Obviously referencing Squid Game because of Lydia's recent problems with Instagram. If you don't know, basically Lydia has gone by Squid Gaming forever. Her literal Twitch name is Squid Game, but she got banned on Instagram recently because there was just loads of people trying to hack her account or just jealous and were reporting her account, trying to say she was pretending to be Squid Game. It's like, what, a selfie of a British lady is trying to pretend to be a Korean drama show? Don't think so. But yeah, when you get in there, shout red light, green light. I will see you all tomorrow for Capture the Wall and Minecraft Live. Let's see which mob gets voted in. It's probably going to be the LA, let's be honest. And I will see you all in a bit. Bye-bye.